Coming up on K-Nation, it was the 123rd edition of the Sunflower Showdown on the gridiron. We got the highlights and reactions from both teams following a dominant K-State win.
But that wasn't the only Sunflower Showdown last week. We've got highlights from a 5-set thriller on the court coming up.
And KU and K-State basketball were both on the road in exhibition games on Friday. We've got all the stats you need, including the impressive numbers from a freshman debut in just a bit. Welcome into K-Nation. I'm Colin, but alongside Sydney Clark.
We've got a packed show for you today with previews of upcoming women's basketball, exhibitions, recaps from Big 12 soccer, and the final golf results of the fall season.
A lot going on. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But Sydney, of course, how about we start with the battle for the Governor's Cup, all right, out in Lawrence. Let's head out to the booth where the Wildcats were in search of their 17th straight win in this rivalry. But the Hawks came in as the favorites by a field goal for the first time they've been favored going to the game since 2008.
And the Hawks would start off hot with a Jalen dive, forcing that Bryce Norenberg fumble at the K-State 25-yard line. Kansas capitalized on this takeaway with a 6-yard Jalen Daniels rushing touchdown to take an early 7-0 lead. Unfortunately for KU fans, though, this would be the last lead the Hawks would hold all day.
That's right. Avery Johnson quickly got into the end zone himself, making it a 7-7 game. Next possession, the Jacks have to punt, but fumble the snap. K-State's Ralph Ortiz gets the scoop and score to give the Wildcats its first lead of the day.
Things would stay relatively quiet until the end of the quarter when Johnson connects with Jaron Tips for that 27-yard touchdown to jump out to a 21-7 lead at the end of the first. Now the Jayhawks, however, strike first in the second after an almost 8.5-minute drive. Daniels hands it off to Highshaw for the 3-yard rush to close out the half 21-14 Kansas State.
About 4 minutes in the third when Daniels is intercepted by Dino Cobbs, the Cats convert on the 1-yard rushing touchdown. Then how about this? It's going to be electric. Avery Johnson, Jace Brown, 74 yards. He did get in the end zone, by the way. All right, the ball came out. He did get in, leading 35-17 at the end of the third.
It's a low-scoring final quarter until Johnson grabs his second rushing touchdown of the day, this time for 3 yards. Gunnar Maldonado puts the final nail in the coffin, intercepting a pass from Cole Ballard. And that would be it.
That would be it as Kansas State gets the dominant 42-17 win, extending its win streak to 17. Here's Coach Kleiman after the W.
We dominated the football game from start to finish. After, 2 minutes a game? For 57 minutes, we dominated the football game. And I thought Jalen fought his tail off, but we just kept putting pressure on him, and he did some good things, but we dominated the football game. And at the first half, it's 21-14, and they had the ball for 45 plays. We challenged the defense. We didn't tackle very well the first half, but I knew we'd play better the second half.
KU head coach Lance Leipold knows his team didn't quite execute in the second half.
I don't think we ever fully got in rhythm. I think some of the early pressures probably put Jalen a little bit to hurry things. Yeah, it just never looked very in sync whatsoever as we have been before, even when we had some guys open. It just wasn't there. I don't know how many balls were. I think we had like 3 or 4 tipped as well. 2 interceptions on tips or through someone's hands. So not where we want to be or need to be at all in a game like this.
17 straight wins for the Wildcats. The crazy thing is, it was the first time we talked about that the Jayhawks were favored since 2008. Well, I think it's safe to say the Wildcats, they weren't too happy about it. Offensively, K-State outgained the Jayhawks both through the air and on the ground. Avery Johnson was dealing 2 scores on the ground and 2 through the air, while Devon Rice also found the end zone. They felt disrespected and, well, they responded.
I saw this whole week that they were favored to win. And I was just like, what makes you guys think that we're going to, let them roll over us? And we've been talking about it every week, like, yeah, we have to be elite. And that's what we showed out there. And I'm really happy how we handled it out there. We didn't really talk too much smack. We let it handle with our pads. So we need to stand it on the field. And I'm really grateful for that.
Play KU, it's always going to be their year. So we never get too caught up in that. I think maybe our record might reflect that it was going to be their year because our record hasn't been what it's been in the past leading up to this game. But as far as the team we are, I think we're still the more talented team. We went out and played like it today.
Not just on offense, but getting it done on defense. All right, K-State was flying around on Saturday. They caused 2 fumbles, had 2 interceptions, and 4 sacks. They now have 17 takeaways this season, and they entered the game ranked 12th nationally in that department.
Did not give up the explosive play. I think the Henderson kid's as good a wide receiver in the league. I think he's an explosive guy, and he had our full attention. But we could not give up explosive plays. If we didn't give up explosive plays, I thought we would finally make a play, a tackle for loss, a sack, a interception, something, and we did that. So I thought defensively, when we challenged those guys, we were able to play much better in the second half.
Fumbles and turnovers plagued the game for the Hawks yesterday, with an interception thrown by each quarterback and a fumble on a punt that led to a scoop and score. Jalen Daniels was 17 for 35 with 129 yards with no touchdowns through the air and just one on the ground. Leipold appreciates the fight and effort from his QB, and Daniels will look to learn from this game.
I thought a couple that, I think there was one early where it got deflected. I don't think he saw a guy in the flat. It was one right into our boundary, and I don't know if I don't want to use the word because I'll get quoted that he was spooked or something. But you kind of saw something. I don't think he was seeing things real clear at times.
On me, it was man coverage in the boundary. Seen the will linebacker in the box. And he was able to stay in the box long enough to make me hold it longer than I probably should have, which made the ball go behind Keaton. And if I put that on him in that situation in man coverage, he catches the ball, we get the first down, we move the sticks.
The Hawks just struggled to get that pass game going there, and the Hawks would start off hot with that Jalen dive, forcing a Bryce Norenberg fumble, which eventually resulted in a 6-yard Jalen Daniels rushing touchdown, Daniels' sole touchdown of the game. And the Jayhawks QB notes how, despite early and excitement after the initial drive, the team knew there was a lot of game left to play. And for Daniels and the Hawks, that momentum would not last long, as that initial touchdown was the last time Kansas would lead the game.
You feel great, but at the end of the day, it's just the first quarter. The first quarter felt very long. There was a lot of things that happened in the game of football in the first quarter, and then you still realize that there's 3 quarters left. So, of course you're happy, of course you're excited, but you can never get too high about that situation, because at the end of the day, there's still a whole game of football to be played, and there was a whole game of football played afterwards.
Getting a turnover early, I thought we had some great momentum and energy, but that dissipated real quick.
Cindy, we talked about it. That opening 15 minutes of the game was so electric.
It was
Obviously,
electric.
The booth was packed. That fumble recovery, Jalen Daniels getting in. It felt like KU had all the momentum.
Rain or shine, the excitement was there for that game, and it was a great environment to be in for that packed booth, especially a new booth look for that Sunflower Showdown. But that excitement, we've seen that in multiple games previously for the Hawks. You get that first play going, but then it just kind of downhill slide the rest of the game. But great win for the Cats.
Just wasn't meant to be for the Hawks on Saturday. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. Coming up next on K-Nation, we've got highlights from the Sunflower Showdown in Allen Fieldhouse, plus post-game reaction from Jason Mansfield and Matt Ulmer.
Plus, we've got the stats from both K-State and KU's exhibition games on Friday. See how the newcomers did coming up next.
Hi, I'm Jim Knight with Pelleplex of Kansas. With top quality products backed by an industry-leading warranty and a 10-year installation and service promise, you can count on us to provide long-lasting value for your home. Call or visit to learn more about the beauty, affordability, and reliability of Hello Windows and Doors.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her, a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Ready to trade up? At Flint Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're giving you up to $5,000 over KBB value for any qualified trade-in. With over 500 vehicles available, your perfect ride is waiting right here at 3100 Anderson Avenue in Manhattan. Don't settle for less. Elevate your car buying experience today at Flint Hills CDJR.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging.
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
At Dillon's, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices in every aisle. With quality and savings that add up, Dillon's shoppers never compromise.
And you can add up even more savings with these weekly deals. Right now, Kroger 80% ground beef is only $4.99 a pound. Select varieties and sizes of Kroger cheese are just $1.79 each. Dillon's. Fresh for everyone.
Onto the court now for our next Sunflower Showdown game of the weekend. The number 14 Kansas Jayhawks hosted the K-State Wildcats not inside Horse Arena, but Allen Fieldhouse. The Phog was home to this rivalry volleyball game for the first time since 2013. And while this one sure did not disappoint, going all the way to 5 sets. The Hawks and Cats would split their first 2 sets, KU taking set 1 25-14 and K-State winning set 2 25-17. Now Kansas would take this match back into their hands with the set 3 victory 25-18, but this is where momentum would start to shift. The Hawks led 15-9 in the 4th set, but the Cats would start creeping in with consecutive kills from Shaylee Myers and Jordan Williams to shorten Kansas's lead. Now the Cats would record 14 kills in the 4th set to take it 25-23 and force that 5th set. It was all Wildcat power from there on, going on a 7-1 closing run for K-State to win the 5th set 15-8, and it would be an upset inside Allen Fieldhouse and the first career showdown win for Cats head coach Jason Mansfield, and the first time K-State has defeated KU since 2020. I caught up with the coach after the game, who said he was really impressed with his team's defensive effort and overall proud of his squad.
We've been really close, you know, not just against KU, but the last couple matches. And I told the girls after the TCU match that, you know, we deserve to win a match like this. And they're playing hard. We're getting better. We just got to believe that we can do it. And just a great bounce back after the first set and the 3rd set. And yeah, just really proud of them. You know, they made plays, and it was a great environment tonight, you know, and really special to be a part of it. But yeah, just couldn't be more proud of them.
Cats snapped the Hawks' 5-game winning streak after coming off an impressive sweep over the number 10 team in the country on Wednesday. Kansas head coach Matt Ulmer said after this match that very few things carried over from that big-time dub against TCU.
There's pieces that we need offensively. Again, our back row attack went non-existent, and again, it's just something we really could use a couple points out of. Again, getting Aurora that M2 spot to score a little bit would be very helpful for us, and something we're going to continue to work on. You know, again, when our lefts don't score, we have a hard time. You know, so but again, they were great against TCU. Again, you try not to overblow it. Again, I thought things we've been working on, we did really great on Wednesday against a really nice opponent. And again, we just didn't have the pop. We didn't have the legs.
Not the result the Hawks wanted, but a great turnout at Allen Fieldhouse, playing for the first time there in over 10 years.
And a great win for the Kansas State squad to kind of shift that momentum of their direction of their season.
Well, let's shift gears a little bit to basketball. Staying with the Jayhawks, they traveled out to Louisville on Friday to take on the Cardinals in an exhibition game, came away with a 90-82 win. But of course, Sydney, all eyes were on former #1 prospect Darren Peterson. Safe to say he's good as advertised. He scored 26 points, 24 in the first half. He added 5 steals and 4 rebounds. He was 9 for 15 on field goals and 6 of 10 on 3-point attempts. Now, of course, it's just one exhibition game. All right, don't need to get too ahead of ourselves.
He still looked really good, though.
Still looked really good. It looks like he's handling that pressure on exactly how Self and Peterson knew he could.
Is it too much pressure for him? I don't think so, because for him to go where he wants to go, he's going to deal with that on a daily basis anyway. So we're obviously excited about him, but he's well beyond his years.
Obviously, I feel some of it, but not really, because at the end of the day, it's just basketball for me. I know there's a lot of outside stuff being said about me, but I feel like this is my destiny and purpose, so it's going to be what it's going to be.
The Kansas State Wildcats were also on the road this Friday for an exhibition matchup in Columbia to take on the Missouri Tigers. Now, the Cats would lose 100-91, but transfer guard PJ Haggerty looked good in his first game appearance for K-State, scoring 23 points with 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Haggerty was 8 for 14 on field goals and 2 for 4 from beyond the arch. Despite the loss, head coach Jerome Tang is satisfied with what he was able to learn about his team, but still knows there's plenty to improve.
We foul too much, and our transition defense sucks. So, you know, and those are 2 effort things that can improve. But, I mean, I like our guys. I've liked them from the very beginning. I like their approach, and, you know, I feel P.J. Haggerty's the best point guard in the country, and I wanted to limit his minutes. I wanted to limit Nate's minutes, and, you know, and then see some of the other guys and how they would respond. And so, you know, those are some good things. But, you know, I mean, this was terrific. Terrific opportunity for us.
I do like the harsh criticism you have to give your team, especially in these exhibition games, seeing what you really have to unfold.
Yeah, it's still early on, but you got to treat it like a game to see where you're at.
Exactly. Big 12 Media Days, we're in Kansas City earlier this week, where the women's team, they spoke on Tuesday as the Hawks were tabbed 6th in the Big 12 preseason coaches poll. And junior guard Samaya Nichols, she earned a preseason all Big 12 selection. While the Jayhawks will have plenty of veteran leadership to rely on, they're also eager to see if the new talent they have in 5 newcomers, including Overland Park's Jalea Davis. Head coach Brendan Schneider talked about the importance of local recruiting.
It's critical. I think it's been a focus of ours for many, many years. And, we finally were able to capitalize with Samaya. And then you talk about Reagan Williams, Sanaya Copeland, Jalea Davis. And let's not forget, there's some incredibly talented young women in the 26-27 class right here in our backyard that I assure you we are working tirelessly to make them Jayhawks.
And it's always nice to see some backyard kids on that KU roster. The Kansas State Wildcats were picked to finish 7th in the Big 12 preseason coaches poll and received votes in the preseason AP poll as well. Now the Cats are sporting an almost entirely new roster this season, and a young one at that. 9 players on this team are underclassmen, the exception being Stanford transfer Tess Heel. Head coach Jeff Mittie knows there will be growing pains, but is proud of the hard work the team has already put in, and junior Taryn Sides is ready to step up as a leader.
On their day off, I bet every single one of them's in the gym. It excites me that they want to be there because, even some of our successful teams, there's some that don't want to be in the gym as much as others.
Coach Mittie wants me to be more vocal, so I'm trying to work on that and be that presence for the team.
Isn't it crazy basketball season is already here?
I'm so ready for it. I'm so excited. Best time of the year.
Well, stick around. Coming up after the break, we've got stats from both KU and K-State soccer road games. Stick with us.
They were very easy to work with. I knew they would be the people we would want to use. In fact, we did not even get other bids. We were so pleased with the product and the customer service that Denali provided that we just stayed with them throughout.
I'm Ken Briggs with Briggs Auto Group. Skip the hassle and save money. Come see us first on your next used car. With one of the biggest selections in Kansas, trust and transparency matters here. And at Briggs, our customers are always number one.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. My team and I talk to thousands of accident victims every year, and we hear this all the time.
If the accident wasn't my fault, why do I need a lawyer?
You need a lawyer because the insurance companies have lawyers, and they're good. Their job is to blow your case up, and they don't want to pay you a dime. That's not right. We've made it our job to fight for you. If you've been hurt, call me. I've got this.
In our journey of 50 years, we've learned the true meaning of togetherness. A marriage becomes more than a union, it becomes a home. Amid life's twists and turns, there's a comfort in knowing your person is right there beside you. Here at McCright Plaza, we do have a commitment to couples. I think probably because we have been a couple for 50 years, over 50 years, and how important that is to be together and allow others to be together once they move to our community.
Midwest Concrete Materials, a fourth-generation family-owned company proudly serving Northeast Kansas. Built on a reputation of quality and service since 1927. We're growing fast and hiring. Whether you're experienced or just getting started, apply today at mcm.work.
Every morning, you welcome us into your home.
And we welcome you into ours. Here, every room feels like a family room.
And the backyard is epic.
Our home is your home, and our door is always open.
Welcome back into K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark alongside Cole Implett. Thank you for joining us. KU Soccer picked up a big conference win on Thursday at BYU. The Hawks scored all 3 of their goals in the first half, with Sage Wimes opening up the scoring a little over 7 minutes in. Around 5 minutes later, Jillian Gregorski would tap one in to double the score. Right before the 24th minute, BYU's Ellie Walbruch would get the home team on the board early on in the second, but it wasn't enough. Here's Coach Nate Lee following the win.
My most important thought is I'm very proud of this team. This was a huge win for a lot of different reasons, whether it be positioning in the conference, RPI, just getting ready for hopefully some postseason play. This one felt like a postseason match. We played a great opponent. BYU is excellent, super talented. They were missing one of their best players, which hurt. Young, but they put a lot of pressure on you in a lot of different ways.
The Hawks continued their Utah road trip with the match against the Utes today, and once again were victorious, unlike Thursday's game. This game was scoreless until the 75th minute, when Livy Moore would send one to the bottom right off the net for the penalty kick. Around 7 minutes later, Lexi Watts would also put one in the bottom right of the net to seal the deal. Sophie Dahl had one save on the day, which was enough to take the 2-0 win.
The Kansas State Wildcats, they took a 0-0 draw with the Houston Cougars on Thursday before traveling to Lubbock to take on the number 5 Texas Tech Raiders. Tech opened up the scoring 20 minutes in. That would be the only goal of the first half. K-State would then open up the scoring in the second, 54 minutes in, when Allison Marshall scored off the assist from Emerson DeLuca. Texas Tech's Taylor Szajewski notched her second goal of the game 67 minutes in. And then Macy Blackburn, she would seal the deal just 4 minutes later as Tech would get the 3-1 win.
Coming up after the break on K-Nation, we've got a recap from K-State Women's Golf final event of the season. See how they fared on the fairway coming up.
At the Sweet Tea, every scoop is homemade and crafted with love. Flavors that bring back memories and new ones you'll never forget. Come find your favorite today. Crafted for our community, powered by service. Proudly veteran-owned.
Check out Miller Hyundai's Wicked Low Sales Event. Lease a 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for only $379 a month. 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL $409 a month. 2025 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid and Tucson's only 1.99%. Only at Miller Hyundai.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
For over 38 years, our law firm has called Kansas home. If your child has suffered a birth injury, you need an experienced team on your side. Contact us today for a free consultation and let Prochaska Howell Prochaska be your birth injury team.
Ready to blitz your home improvement projects? At Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows, we are here to help you tackle your home upgrades. Call us today and get started on your winning game plan.
Big car payments? That's no fun. Even if you love your car or truck, the wrong vehicle loan can leave you wondering where your money goes and if your payment could have been lower. So if you're paying more than you should on your car loan every month, give a little love to your budget and contact Communication Federal Credit Union. There's no cost to find out if we can help. Plus, all new vehicle loans and refinances get the first 90 days with no payment. Love your car and your loan payment with Communication Federal.
Welcome back into K-Nation. Kansas State Women's Golf hosted the Power Cat Invitational earlier last week, the team's final event of the fall season. Playing at home seems to have its advantages as the Cats currently led the field sitting at 13 over par. K-State sophomore Nana Mina Nakashima took the crown at 5 under par, while senior Nora Van Beek finished second exactly on par. These finishes are personal bests for both Cats, Nakashima's previous personal best being second at this event last year, and Van Beek at 4th in the OU Intercollegiate earlier this season.
And K-State men's golf, they're out in Alabama competing at the Steelwood Collegiate. The Cats currently sit tied for 10th with Kennesaw State at 8 over par. Alex Lindstrom is tied for 23rd, exactly on par. And Oliver Toyer is tied for 33rd at 2 over par. And Finn Dobbin, he's tied for 41st, sitting at 3 over par.
And KU Women's Golf wrapped up its season out in Hawaii at the Rainbow Waney Invitational. What a place to wrap up your season. Ooh. The team finished tied for 10th at 19 over par to wrap things up. Amy Dackock and Ava Norsheet finished tied for 18th, both sitting at 2 over par.
Meanwhile, KU men's golf finished 3rd at the Quail Valley Collegiate Invitational in Vero Beach, Florida. The men were 26 under par. Hartouch Grewal finished tied for 5th, 10 under par, while Will King finished tied for 16th at 6 under par. Luke Honor tied for 18th at 5 under par. As the men, they'll now wrap up in the fall in the Maui, Hawaii, starting tomorrow, going through Friday.
Well, stick with us. We've got the lines for this week's games right after this.
Hi, Clay Sherwood with Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute, and they want me to tell you about Aspen Spas. We have personal spas, swim spas, and party spas available. Have Frank and Dean show you your new Aspen Spa.
When you've been in the senior major leagues as long as we have, injuries are bound to happen.
Ow, my arm.
Here at McCry Plaza, getting you back in the game is our top priority.
Hey, put me in, Coach.
So next time you find yourself on the injured list, think of McCry Plaza for your rehab needs.
As the #1 volume Ford dealer group in Kansas, Noller Ford is committed to unbeatable deals. Bring us any competitor's offer and we'll top it by $500. That's right, $500. Experience volume pricing and personalized service today at Noller Ford.
I really never thought that I would be in an accident like I was, especially involving a semi-truck. It changed my entire life. Richard and Devon James, they didn't let me give up and they kept pushing. What I ended up with was just mind-blowing and life-changing, and I'm forever grateful for what they did for me. I'm Melissa, and I'm an actual client of Devon James.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Dillon's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and qualities you get in-store, so you can catch more family time. We'll bring your groceries right to you, satisfaction guaranteed, so you never compromise on doing what matters most. Dillon's. Fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Let's wrap with some events this week, starting with the Wildcats, as women's tennis competing all this week at the International Tennis Federation. Volleyball has a pair of contests on the road against Utah and BYU, soccer at home Thursday against Iowa State, and men's basketball with an exhibition game against Newman on Friday night.
And it continues to be action-packed for the Hawks. Men's golf will wrap up their regular season in Hawaii. Men's basketball has an exhibition Tuesday against Fort Hays State, and both volleyball and soccer are in action Thursday evening. Volleyball will be on the road against Cincinnati, and soccer is home against Colorado.
And of course, Sydney, we have to talk about football. Following the aftermath of the Sunflower Showdown, let's check in on the lines for this weekend's games, as Vegas has K-State as 7.5-point underdogs going against number 13 Texas Tech at home. The Red Raiders are coming off a 42-17 win against Kansas on October 11th, and now they have the bye week to prepare against the Wildcats.
And meanwhile, the Jayhawks looked for the bounce-back win for homecoming. The Hawks are 24.5-point favorites against Oklahoma State. And honestly, what another weekend of football, but we got to talk about the Cats for a minute. They went into underdogs last weekend, and we see how that turned out for them. So maybe being underdogs will kind of help juice them up a little bit this week.
And they're not completely out of a path yet to the Big 12 championship. If things go their way, obviously you have to win out, going against a strong Texas Tech squad. But hey, it's still possible.
Mathematicians can really figure that little chart out for us. But it's still possible for the Cats, and honestly, still a lot of season left to play for both squads.
It's going to be a fun rest of the 4 games going forward. Well, thanks so much for watching K-Nation. Make plans to join us next Sunday and every Sunday from now on, right after our 10 p.m. newscast.
Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
And we kind of found out they're a basketball school. They're not a football team. So.
Expect to see a dunk at any point this season?
Yes.
Yes, I'm definitely working on that, and that's something I really hope I can get to this year.